question about the continued evolution of the UCP 600 rules. Will there be UCP 700 rules? Do the UCP 600 rules need to be revised?
Yeah, there have been voices globally where they are critical of certain provisions of UCP 600 and have recommended that there should be another set of rules which should revise UCP. This was debated, reviewed in the Banking Commission circles, and it's not a demand from today. It was a demand. So it started way back in ever since UCP 600 came. Now UCP 700, there was a demand, and the Institute of International Banking Law and Practice, Professor James Byrne, once he raised this issue of in case UCP 600 is going to be revised, what do people think that based on their experiences, what should be revised? I personally came out with 26 points in UCP 600 which need to be re-looked into and probably revised. And but the Banking Commission, the Executive Committee of the Banking Commission, they reviewed this, and it's a very expensive exercise to revise UCP. And that's not only the publication, the implementation, the training, and changing the systems, aligning the system. For instance, UCP 600 came for the first time with Article 16C3, which talks about what option a bank has after rejecting the documents. So whether the bank holds the document until the instructions are received from the presenter, or return the documents, or notify the client that these are the documents, or do something else as per the previous arrangement with the presenter or previous instructions. In order to operationalize this, SWIFT had to change its SWIFT rejection message, which is MT734, and they came out with 4 disposal codes to align with the UCP 600, this Article 16C3, that what the bank is supposed to do: hold, notify, return, or they use the word previnst, Previnst, which meant that the bank is going to act as per the previous instructions received from the presenter. So this massive exercise by SWIFT, amending their SWIFT MT734, then operationalizing it, every system of trade finance, operations, this automated system had to be also aligned to the SWIFT message. So all over the world, imagine, how many banks and how many countries would be using this. They had to upgrade their systems. And then education and legal documents and other things, etc. That's one. But the more logical and practical thought over UCP is that a discrepancy will remain a discrepancy. You can't do anything about a discrepancy like late presentation of documents. LC expired. Shipment was effected after the last date allowed under the LC. And a significant number of documents are rejected globally on the basis of this particular discrepancy: late shipment, LC expired. So that you can't, even if you revise UCP, you can't, fix that. So so like that. So the executive, there was a very, I think, rather heated debate in 2017 in the ICC Banking Commission meeting in Jakarta, Indonesia, where the executive committee announced that there is no need to revise UCP 600, and banks have happily accepted it, and the users. But nobody wants to, spend that kind of time and effort to understand, and compare what has changed and everything.
Thank you very much, Pradeep.